You'll basically need 2 tablespoons of oil, bowl of broccoli, soy sauce, as much as you like, green onions, string beans, carrots, bean sprouts, and cold rice, leftover rice. Okay, so now we have our wok or pan, and we're now going to grease it up with the 2 tablespoons of oil. Start with that. From all the YouTube videos that I have already watched, they said to like stir it up, season your wok or whatever is what they said. So we're about to do that like right now. Just make sure it's like evenly coated so when you put everything, it just won't stick to the pan. Okay, then now we're gonna start by putting in our vegetables. In our vegetables, we have green beans, we have carrots, freshly cut, no carrot stuff behind, you know. Now we got our broccoli. All of these were freshly prepped. Now we're just gonna stir them up, make sure everybody gets hot and heated. Okay, now so here we're just stirring everything up, get everything nice, heated, nice and beautiful, beautifully colored. Tastes scrumdiddlyocious. And here we're gonna start putting our bean sprouts in. Bean sprouts are amazing, they are so good. But with bean sprouts, you have to cook them ahead of time by boiling them in a pot of hot water for about like 5 minutes. And we're doing the rest of the cooking time on a pan to fry up, give it a little crunchiness. Because right now they're just a little bit too soft. In this clip, we're just getting everything nice and steamed. Just cook for like less than a minute or two, to make sure everything is nice and hard, crunchy a bit. Not too hard, soft and crunchy is the main goal here. Okay, so now we're just gonna start. While everything is nice and ready, we're just gonna start by putting in our rice. With our rice, the best recommendation that we should have with our rice is if you're gonna cook the rice today, at least cook it 4 hours ahead. That way it's nice and firm and it's cold enough so it won't overcook while it's getting fried. Because after a while, when rice is too hot, it starts to cook even more and gets all slimy and stuff. So it's best to get rice from yesterday or already made rice, and just use already white rice and just use that again to make something new, aka fried rice. Okay, now that we have everything on the pan, we're just gonna stir it up a little bit. Don't mind my stirring. I am an amateur and I am scared. Okay, so while we're doing that, everything is just getting nice and incorporated. Make sure, heat up the rice. Make sure like the vegetables are not getting stick to the pan. Even though it's a non-stick pan, you may never know. And we're just gonna keep moving from there. It's just more videos and clips of me just stirring it around. Okay, so here we're just gonna start by making a little hole in the middle. I am struggling to make that hole, but mind you, that was a lot of rice. So we're just gonna create the best hole that we can. It's not gonna be perfect. It's fine if it's not perfect, because either way, it's still gonna be a little bit undercooked, but the egg is gonna start to cook throughout the rice as we heat it up. We're gonna put the heat even higher. So right now you're just gonna see me crack 2 eggs on the pan. Okay, so while I'm cracking these eggs, I already have a pre-made seasoned mixture that I made, which is consisted of salt, pepper, garlic powder, some the complete seasoning, also with the complete leaf seasoning, which is just like a whole bunch of leaves like basil, oregano, and stuff like that. And I mixed it with a little bit of extra pepper, to give it a little bit, a little bit of season. But we didn't put too much of it. I have more, which I'll put in the end. But now we're just gonna mix up our egg. I know you're cringing because I have a metal utensil trying to mix this up on a non-stick pan. I was cringing too, but I couldn't find anything smaller to actually mix up the egg with without it compromising the rest of the rice. So with that, we're just gonna put it in. Once it's like half cooked, like what it is right now, I'll start to like mix it in with the rest of the rice. So with that, while mixing it with the rest of the rice, we're just gonna continue to start making our actual fried rice. Yay! Okay, so now that we have everything nice and incorporated, the eggs is now fried up. And yes, I made a little mess. It tends to happen. That's the whole point of a kitchen and making food. Who makes food perfectly without making no mess? Nobody. So with this, we're gonna start. I almost forgot to put in my spring onions. Thank God my mom was there for me. But I added my spring onions, let it heat up a little bit, fry it up a little bit. You don't need to like cook it that long because it's green onions. It's mostly a garnish, but you can also heat it up, give it a little crunch when it already has a little crunch. So we just mix it around, make sure it's everywhere, and get some heat into it because they like it cooked. I like it uncooked. It tastes kind of good by itself that way. So yeah. So then now that we have everything incorporated, we are now done. We're gonna let it like sit for a little bit, and that's just about it. Enjoy. Now we're done. We got everything plated. This right here is a roasted chicken with honey habanero sauce from Costco. And yeah, that was it. It was so good, you guys. I just want to say thank you very much. Please like and subscribe. And thank you very much.